Hello.
Hello, Father. I need your help.
What happened?
I think I've been possessed by a demon.
Let's play together for a while, if you want. All I really need is for you to just give me a bite, please.
This isn't a new TV series, not a comedy, and not a horror movie. What you're seeing is the beginning of the most intimate kind of film, raw, high quality, and at the same time homemade, even family-oriented. Adult films. Almost everyone watches them. Society tends to condemn this kind of creativity, but the size of the adult industry just keeps growing. If in the past only big studios produced this kind of content, nowadays it's often made right at home, and people are making good money from it. Right now, I'm in Serbia. It just so happens that many adult film creators have moved here. This episode is about them.
Now we're about to shoot an adult film.
I'm Betty. My first video on Pornhub. Adult films are made about wild pleasure, but behind the scenes, there's often pain and exhaustion.
Sex is our job.
Everything we film is completely staged. Action.
Camera starts rolling.
Yeah.
I do it one-handed, like this. Thanks to this handle, here's the camera and...
Tough work.
How is it even possible to have sex on camera for 8 hours? Everyone in my village knows about it.
Not everybody can handle that kind of strain.
The first shoot should never be done on the face.
I move the camera away, and she's just sitting there covered in blood.
Even old ladies end up in porn sometimes.
When your family business is having sex with strangers, there are always tears involved.
It was the first time I saw Tolia with another woman. And in the evening, when we got home from the shoot, it hit me a little, because we're a family.
Naked stars make pretty good money.
You need to shoot videos for Pornhub because you can make a ton of money.
There are often requests for escort services too.
Last time, how much did the man offer? He offered $5,000 or euros. How can you put someone in jail just for making love with their spouse?
We only remove the nose, chin, and everything else. As they say, anything that can get close to this mouth, roughly speaking, that's it.
From church to adult films. That happens too.
Seems the Lord God isn't all that merciful to me, so maybe I can have a little fun.
Not getting in heaven. Guys, what are you even watching if I'm so bad? How are you any better if you're watching this?
You'll come to a bad end. That's what my school teachers used to tell me when I misbehaved. Who knows, maybe it'll be bad, or maybe it'll be good.
Поехали! Будем на афише. Хватай рукой. Начался ходой. Я стал звездой. Камера, мотор.
Natasha and Talik, a nice, modest married couple. People on the street notice these two for only two reasons, either because they're adorable or because they've already seen Talik and Natasha online, where their personas are even more vibrant than in real life.
Honest detective to collies.
Luna Ravid, I'm in such big trouble right now.
Well, well.
Necessary to undress.
I would say it is necessary.
These are slightly more exclusive shots from the filming process that didn't make it online.
What kind of demon?
Draha.
The guys live and create content in Serbia. The country is very orthodox, and you can even see ads for liturgies on utility poles here. But for adult films, there's complete freedom. Even house walls are covered in little hearts. Talik and Natasha are doing well, and they've just moved into a new house. What a piggy!
We're in the middle of moving, but the house is beautiful.
Are you making more money?
Well, let's put it this way, yes. We're figuring out, basically, how we're going to do our thing.
Have you tried filming here?
Yeah, of course. Normal people let the cat in first, but we turn on the camera right away.
A private elevator. It's only for 2 apartments.
So it's so private for you that you could just take it for 20 minutes and shoot some content in there. Honestly, it's so clean here. You don't even need slippers.
No, you'd better wear them as there's some dust left on your socks.
You could find a dozen filming spots just at the entrance. So where have you already filmed content?
Only there, just there?
Oh my God.
Honey aside,
Sorry,
do you have any holy water with you? I've lost my mind.
it started smoking. We were actually looking for something more compact. Exactly.
Not compact.
Here it's 200. Well, the living space is 213 or 215 square meters, plus the terrace. That's 240.
Does the apartment owner realize that there are just going to be some pretty serious shoots happening here?
We don't advertise it.
The video might end up being seen by everyone.
We totally get that everyone will see us eventually. That's basically why we do this job.
The penthouse has a lot of bedrooms, lounge areas, and a jacuzzi. Is that just for filming?
It's for guests too.
So when can we expect jacuzzi content to drop?
I don't know. You can't really do that many interesting poses in there. Yeah. Well, maybe for some small websites or something like that.
Next, there's another jacuzzi, a movie area, and a big terrace.
That's the kind of beauty we have here. Our previous apartment was 60 square meters, and it felt really cramped.
What's up with this bed?
This is our room. We haven't slept here yet because all our stuff is still at the other apartment. But we're gradually moving in. We've already brought over some things, some equipment.
Talik and Natasha already have a lot of achievements. Over 300 million views on the main hub, and more than 300,000 subscribers there as well. These are like YouTube play buttons.
Yeah, these are hub buttons. This one's for 200,000 subscribers, and this one's for 100,000. They'll find a spot on the wall.
The guys crushed it on other platforms.
Last year, Luna Rowley won an award from X-Hamster.
Is that another platform?
Yeah, it's part of the big 3, Pornhub, X-Videos, and X-Hamster.
Natasha just has mountains of clothes, merch, and toys from partners who pay well for adult content.
This kind of tank top. We have a lot. We even have warm tracksuits. Actually, 2 of the tracksuits were gifts from friends. This one they sent me for International Women's Day, and this one for New Year's. I'm totally obsessed with it. The fabric is amazing.
According to the contract, the guys must always film in these clothes. Have you filmed in this robe yet?
Yes. What did you put on your head? Go take out the trash.
What's wrong with you? Sorry, stop. Let's add one more element. Tell me, do you like to suck?
Yes. Pulsor.
No one. Chupa chups.
Oh. Yes.
Here, take one.
It wasn't easy, but I watched all the footage of today's heroes. The guys weren't always pulling stars.
We used to work in cafes and restaurants. Natasha used to sing. I was the host. Sometimes I would bleed out something too. And at our main jobs, we worked in groups. We were members of big ensembles, singing folk songs and all sorts of patriotic stuff. We were burning through a huge amount of energy. I mean, really draining ourselves. But the success, any kind of result, just wasn't really there.
Chronic lack of money pushed the guys to take a risk.
Now we're going to shoot an adult film.
I'm ready.
This happened 10 years ago. Back then, Talik came across a book about the adult industry.
I brought this idea to Natasha. Naturally, she didn't approve of it. But after a while, life made her reconsider her views. We turned on the camera, sat down, as they say, in Adam and Eve's outfits again. Well, what else could we do? So let's try something. And we put on a truly spectacular show that lasted about 5 or 6 minutes. We stopped and started watching it back, and Natasha said,
We are never filming videos like this again. Delete it.
Why?
I was horrified. I didn't like it.
So was it just poorly done or what?
No, it's not that it was poorly done. It was just, I guess, really wild for me. And at that moment, I don't know, maybe I hadn't accepted myself yet.
We forgot about the idea, but not forever.
Later, when we came back to it, I was already calm about it. Like, let's do it.
Speaking of that first video, specifically when we started filming as a couple, that was a whole different kind of fun. We were being actively encouraged to make videos for Pornhub, because supposedly you could make a ton of money. But the question was, what exactly? How do we film it so that no one ever finds us or recognizes us? So basically, the first video. We decided to only film the nose, chin, and everything else. Basically, anything that could get close to that mouth, so to speak. We filmed it, and that first video turned out pretty ugly. We upload it and think, that's it, we're about to make it big. Everyone's going to watch us now, and we'll become popular right away. We'll start making a lot of money immediately. But no, for some reason, nobody started watching us. By the second video, we decided to raise the stakes. We decided we needed to show the whole face. So, for the occasion, Natalia made a Venetian mask out of cardboard, a brown one.
She cut out a shiny one.
We uploaded. Again, nobody's watching. Again, nobody's interested. What do we do? What do we do? Maybe we should take off the mask, but we need to make sure we're not recognized. And then Natasha, right away, she plays her trump card. She says, I'll wear contact lenses. Natasha puts on the lenses. Yeah, Natasha puts on the lenses. She's a different person. No one would recognize her.
That you revealed your face, did it work right away?
No. Even just regular viewers simply didn't watch it.
By then, there was already some real competition.
It took 2 whole years of hard work before you filmed your first truly successful video. So for 2 years, you weren't making any money from this?
We were earning something, but it was really, really modest.
It's impossible to shoot something that goes viral right away.
You just can't predict it at all, because we filmed for 2 years. Those videos actually had some kind of storyline. Some of them were really complicated videos. And then one day, Natasha and I were driving back to our city, and we saw an open field. So I said, hey, let's pull over into this field. And we shot a 5-minute short video. I was behind the wheel, as they say. Natasha was there doing certain things. Boom! That video became popular. It made money, and that's when we thought, why are we making all these complicated stories when, apparently, people just want something simple like this?
But you still go all out even now.
Yeah,
It matters.
we actually enjoy it too. I get a kick out of it. I really love it.
This is Belgrade, the capital of Serbia and the Balkan adult content scene, as well as the champion of brutalist Yugoslav Arab buildings, where equally brutal films are shot. Toma and Vova live in Belgrade. They're also married, moved from Russia, and create explicit videos. This is an ATM for drivers. You drive up, withdraw some cash. It's a useful thing, because you mostly have to pay in cash dinars here. The mighty Danube flows through the city. The water isn't the cleanest, but people love walking along the embankment and shooting content out in nature. Honestly, I wouldn't dive into that water myself.
No, me neither. Honestly, I really don't recommend anyone swim here, because all 1.2 million residents of Belgrade dump their waste right into this river, without any treatment facilities.
Wait, you mean like toilet waste? Well, there are some kids swimming over there. Definitely not from Sloviansk, though. Vova and Toma's hub has 65 million views. And to get those views, the guys really took some big risks.
Aren't you scared to sit here alone?
In all those videos, random passersby would spot the guys, but the filming kept going. All for the sake of hot content and an adrenaline rush.
Look, what a cool lighthouse.
Pretty neat.
If we hide behind it, no one will find us.
There was also danger coming from the law.
Well, 2 people I know had problems. Some of them had to leave Russia. They left even before the war. And then there are some guys who had trouble recently. They still live in Russia, but in a small town. And, well, everyone kind of knows each other there. And some classmate who had a thing for one of the girls they make content with filed a report with the police. Well, they managed to sort it out, but they still got some kind of administrative charge through the court, and now it seems like they can't leave the country.
The issue isn't that you're making adult content. The problem is that you're posting it. So our guys tried in every possible way to prove that they weren't posting any content. And how can you put someone in jail just for making love with their spouse?
Right now, for example, you have a channel on Pornhub. Does that count as distribution?
Well, yes.
So in the end, we decided to move to a more legal country, where you can sleep peacefully and not worry that some neighbor will report you for what you do.
Here's another side of Serbian freedom. There's something written on the wall about perverts. Once upon a time, Toma used to pray regularly and had no idea she would end up sinning so much.
Yeah, I used to go to a Pentecostal church, probably from when I was about 18 to 22, I think. I was such a good girl, always did well in school, did well in college, and I think that maybe, in some way, that led me to fortune tellers, because I was always such a goody-goody girl. So what about there? Lord God, you're not all that merciful to me. God, you've played a trick on us.
Did you like being a troublemaker?
Well, I guess I feel more free in that.
This is a Belgrade courtyard. If you look down from above, besides the red roofs, the panel buildings, and the church, there's also a cemetery with black tombstones right next door. In short, there are plenty of spots for beautiful videos. But if you come back down to earth, it's more graffiti again. This one's about Tom, but it wasn't drawn by Vova. Looks like this van is delivering potatoes. Are they selling something here? But Vova has no idea. At first, the guys tried to find something for under 500 euros, but for that price, all they were offered was a basement level.
Uncomfortable people walking outside, and here we are filming. But overall, I feel fine. I don't know. Even if we weren't doing this kind of work, I think it would still be a problem. When you're sitting at the table or watching TV, your windows are right down there, and people are always walking by and peeking in.
There's a big dog at home. Feed her to stop biting.
Dominance. When you're filming videos, do you lock the dog up somewhere?
No, when we did lock her up, we put her on the balcony. She would always start whining, crying, and doing this. Spreading your tongue across the glass. Well, like attracting attention. It looks so strange.
She licks glass.
Yeah, exactly. And she whines, tries to get out. When we're filming, she knows when the camera turns on, when the lights come on, and we tell her, Monica, go to your spot. She stays in her spot. We move her spot around the apartment based on filming location. When we're done, we turn everything off, put camera away, and say, Monica, you can go. She checks things out, seeing him.
She's shot.
Well, only through the mirrors. That's what happened. Overall, it's not really a big deal if she's not involved.
This sounds like the start of one of your videos.
Well, that's fine.
Intro like that ever.
Well, not about the air conditioner. Yeah, there have been ones like, oh, it's so hot. Man, I need help.
I didn't find one with the air conditioner, but I found a plot with the stepmom.
And we also found, to our surprise, a cake just sitting there.
That's right.
Well, you know, to be honest, I'm actually not really much of a fan.
So what, should I just throw it out now?
Well, Dad will eat it. Do you stress a lot about how to start a new video?
Not really anymore. There was a time when we tried to copy, like whatever was on the main page, we just do the same thing. But that didn't get any attention at all. It just feels like you're acting unnaturally. You're trying to memorize lines. It all looks insincere.
I've seen those videos, fake. It's demotivating.
Do you shoot content here or change locations always?
Yeah, we mostly film everything here.
We changed the bed, sofa, armchair, kitchen, table.
Table 2?
Back when we lived in Moscow, the apartment wasn't that great. So we used to shoot in hotels and short-term rental apartments pretty often. We don't do that here.
But don't viewers care that the background is always the same?
Well, I think that, in fact, yes. Because there are a lot of models who just have one bed, and if anything changes, it's just the poses or maybe the lighting. Honestly, it's just for us. We like to switch up the content and change locations, because it feels like it brings new inspiration. Vova, for example, really doesn't like the couch anymore. Whenever I suggest filming on the couch, he refuses. Once, we didn't film at all because of it.
Vova couldn't focus.
Yeah, no, it's like, that's it, we're just tired of it. I changed up the backgrounds, just little things for motivation.
I'm not ready, but I started anyway. You just have to work. In this episode, the motivational tricks even worked on the couch. Motivation means money. Even their Wi-Fi is called cash flow.
The kitchen is black, really beautiful, and it looks great on video, but it's just so impractical. There are always streaks here, and it's impossible to clean them off.
You can probably see the streaks right away on camera. I think you'll see those streaks now. This kitchen is featured repeatedly.
Ours is really tiny.
Cabinets are full of props and toys. You can use a Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube used.
Touched it okay.
No, it's totally fine. You can touch everything here. Vova and I have worked in a lot of different places. We've worked as salespeople, all kinds of managers, assistants, and so on. We thought, that's it. Enough of earning 30,000 rubles a month. We really need to start valuing ourselves higher. So Volodya went to work for 2 months without getting paid. I spent about 2 long months going to job interviews, and eventually we got to the point where our credit cards were completely maxed out, deep in the red. And then we remembered my friend, whose friend actually worked in webcam modeling. And we were like, haha, working 8 hours on camera is just like for some kind of fool. But then for about another half a month, we were like, maybe it's not such a bad idea. We uploaded our first videos. So were there any, well, it was actually cool because unlike YouTube, when we uploaded our first videos to YouTube, we'd get like maybe 7 views if we were lucky. And those were your own views just from refreshing the page. But here, overnight, we got about 400 views.
We were like, wow, that's how we got started.
In 2 days, we made about $70 to $80. We thought, wow, that was our first money. We were doing absolutely everything, all of it, for free. We had no idea what we were supposed to do. Then we met some guys who were also streaming. They told us, buy a camera, and if you have to, take out a loan to invest in it. So that's what we did. And honestly, our financial turnover really increased. They said, buy a pink toy. Even if you have to get it on credit, it'll make you money. We were like, all right, we bought it.
Vova faced a choice: work in construction or dive into something you can never come back from.
Since I had worked in a lot of different places before we came here, I understand that physical labor is something I don't want to deal with. I only want to do that kind of work for fun. Like when you make something with your own hands for your home or help someone out. But when it's a job that's supposed to make you money, it's just not worth it. It pays way too little.
The guy's first videos weren't erotic. Vova was learning editing.
Today we're going to a beautiful, peaceful stream, and I'd like you to tell me a story.
Toma, on the other hand, held giveaways and said really wise things.
If you behaved badly this year but still want to present this holiday season, like this video, and you'll immediately and automatically be added to the nice kids list.
And she was right. You have to like it. In short, it didn't take off. It was time to get serious.
So basically, we bought a bottle of wine and registered on the website. But that's all we knew at the time.
And what about your life before adult content and now? Like your emotional and moral state?
My moral and emotional state has improved because now I'm calm and not dependent on anything. You have time for anything you want. Whatever you want to do, you actually have time for it.
I used to spend 2 hours just getting to work. On buses, trolleys, commuter trains, trams. And then 2 hours back every single day.
So that's already at least 4 extra hours of free time every day.
Now you wake up in bed and you're at your workplace.
For example, today before meeting up with you, he quickly edited a video and already made a really good amount of money.
Just $200 for an hour of work. And Talik and Natasha even add a bit of humor to it.
What? I think it happened again. What happened? I drew something really quite interesting. So, can you tell me what exactly did you draw?
I honestly think that it's probably happening right now, mainly because I've never actually seen it myself. Not even once.
There are always some mishaps during filming. Talik's socks appear in the shot sneakily.
Yeah, they end up in the frame when someone forgets to take them off. And then, during editing, it suddenly turns out that those are the ones Grandma knitted.
You know, they say that a lot of husbands, before sex, well, they get completely undressed but leave their socks on. That's a classic.
Not husbands.
Yeah, men in general.
It's tough when the cameraman and the actor are the same person.
That's the hardest part. Every 2 or 3 minutes you have to change the lighting. You have to change the angle. A lot of times I purposely cut off my own head in the shot so I can see what's happening on the screen. Because we might drift out of the frame, or something might go wrong in another direction. So you're always keeping things under control. When my head isn't in the shot, it probably means I'm not looking at the object I'm supposed to be working with. So that's how it ends up looking. If that made it into the shot, it would look weird.
Whenever we're filming for YouTube, Tolia often has to cut out parts because sometimes we just can't control ourselves. 1 minute someone's scratching their ear, then their nose, and once he...
Want to scratch?
Yeah, and one time he was scratching his nose and... That part was important, so he had to put some kind of round sign over it for a while.
He covered the whole face with it.
Ever get in the way of, at any point, focusing on the process?
It gets in the way. It does, but you learn how to deal with it. Like they say, there's no way around it.
Pills?
Yeah. I've tried all sorts of things, and now I've found this miracle mega remedy that lets you not think about anything. This would be the perfect ad, right? But we didn't get paid. Before work, I found a really good gel. I take it and that's it.
But it's a gel, so it's for external use?
No, it's for internal use. You take it before filming, and basically, you're energetic and cheerful all day.
But do you have to film all day, or do you just shoot and then go about your business?
It's all strictly up to you. That is, roughly speaking, a motor.
It's like your engine kicks in.
Yeah.
Aside from filming, everything's fine for us in that department. Everything works, as they say, and so on. But when filming goes on for several hours, it's just impossible. For example, I heard that in the past, they used to hire women with low social responsibility for porn, and they were called on standby.
And like it.
While they're dealing with technical stuff and all that, these women don't appear on camera. They're just off screen getting the guys ready. Yeah.
Back when there were no magic gels.
Apparently, yeah.
If someone has a bigger budget, they do that now.
So, what Tolia uses, it's not because he can't get it up. No, everything's fine. Everything's great.
Everything is fine with him, actually.
Yeah. It's all good. This just lets you work for several hours straight, because otherwise it would be tough.
Or, for example, I often have this kind of problem. If the floor in the apartment is cold and I'm running back and forth nonstop, my feet get cold. And, as they say, I have to take a break, sit down, and drink some tea or coffee, something hot. And only after that am I ready. With hot water, potatoes, breathing in the steam from potatoes. Once I've taken care of all that, now I'm a porn star again. That's why you have to. Like, I forgot to put on socks. I can't walk barefoot on the floor. I need my feet to always be warm. just in case a shoot suddenly starts. Have you ever gotten it in your eyes during shoots?
All the time. Hey, where are you going? What?
What's even happening? What do you feel?
Well, it kind of tightens up, stings a bit, of course, and then your eyes get red. That's why if we have 2 shoots in a day, for the first one you absolutely can't go for the face. Or if you do, I'm just thinking, please not the eyes, but alas.
You rinse your eyes away.
Yeah, and I use drops for the redness. Oh, the plumber is here.
You realize you can't get it in your eyes. How do you even control that?
No, it's a totally uncontrollable process. Sometimes, when they ask me not to get it in the eyes, I say, do it yourself then. It gets even worse, so it's really just luck. Either way, I'm fine with it.
They're intimate videos. It's a family business for these guys. But not only that. From time to time, they switch video partners and even go on tours separately.
I tell you what you know. You are very beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was the first one to go shoot. And when I went, I had 10 days. I was filming in Budapest, and I had 5 shoots during those 10 days. Yeah, before that, we thought we were ready. Turns out, we weren't ready. Morally. Even though we had been preparing for more than a year, nurturing this whole idea that it was time to work in the adult industry, to do it for real. It was mentally tough for me, and it was mentally tough for Talik. We stayed in touch, but somehow we got through it all in one evening. There were a few sparks flying, all that kind of stuff. And that was it. The next day we were already talking calmly. And then, when people came to collaborate with us, and I was filming a scene with a man and a woman, with Talik participating. Not with me.
You're filming?
Yeah, I was filming. And for the first time, I saw Tolia with another woman. But while I was filming, I wasn't thinking about jealousy or anything like that. I was looking for the right angles and so on. I was just thinking, I hope I don't mess up the video. But in the evening, when we got home from the location, it hit me a little. But again, we got through it in a few days, worked through it, and now everything's fine. And now, with all the layer collaborations we've had, we handle it calmly, because we're a family. We've been through so much. We've been together for 15 years. So what? Where would we even go without each other? For example, I don't have my eye on any other man in the world. So there's really no reason to be jealous of me or for me to be jealous.
And I'll probably say something about our relationship. And I'll say that it's gotten so much better. It's become much stronger. It's reached a whole new level. Why do we do this? Mainly, I guess, for variety again. First and foremost, probably on the same.
Audience exchange.
Right, audience exchange. Do you both post the same video? Or how does it work?
Different one.
We shoot videos per person.
Sometimes there are 3 people or 4, so the scenes can be different. CH, BB. Oh no.
Natasha doesn't consider that cheating.
It's not like, oh, I'm loving this. No, it's not like that.
Finally cheated on my husband.
Yeah, something like that.
Toma and Vova have many acquaintances in Belgrade who do the same thing, but when it comes to collaborations, they have a different opinion.
We hang out with friends. We all try to find time at some point to maybe do something together. But for us, together doesn't mean like swapping roles or anything like that. It's more like they'll just be in the background. Like my mom, my little brother, stuff like that. She writes in the comments, when are you guys finally going to switch things up? When are you going to start? You know, letting everyone go around with each other. At the same time, I'm sure that when you actually do it, they'll say, when are you going to do it with other people? When are you going to do it with someone else? And then they'll still find something to say, like, oh, what a slut you are.
Despite going to church, Tom was drawn to risque stuff since childhood.
There was this TV channel, Rim TV, and at midnight they would show, like, softcore erotica. So my cousin and I sat down and watched that erotica together. I was, like, maybe 9 or 10 years old at best. I wondered, how do you even know if you have a calling? Maybe my calling is to be a porn actress. So I guess first you have to try being an actress, and then, like, move on to porn acting in general. In the end, that's just how life led me here.
Maybe you found closure back then.
Maybe. And honestly, I don't regret it.
The guys themselves mostly watch adult content for work. But when Vova watches porn, don't you get jealous?
No, not at all.
Have rings?
We got tattoos. The fire symbol, you know, like fire, earth, air. And we chose the fire one.
Well, the same. Yes. Toma has a lot of tattoos.
But she's more famous for her bows, though you can't see them right now.
So you get it too. Thousands of guys are watching adult content with your wife. They're watching, and they're feeling something in that moment. How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it.
Doesn't bother you jealous?
No. There was this situation online where a few guys were sitting around in traditional clothes. They were Muslim. And they were saying, this girl is making a blog on YouTube, so people are lusting after her, so she won't get into paradise. We shouldn't be worrying about that. We're not making videos on YouTube, so we're definitely not getting into paradise. Under the video where those guys were talking about that girl, some guy commented, now you guys won't get into paradise either.
According to them, a lot is allowed in the former Yugoslavia.
So here we are in Serbia, and we got curious about buying those kinds of magazines, you know, with adult content. Hardcore adult content.
Serbian 1?
2. I think they were Bosnian. No, I don't think so. Prices in other currencies. Think mostly Slovenian.
Hungary is part of that.
Well, Hungary is for us. Hungary isn't for us.
Visas?
Yeah.
But would you go to Hungary?
Well, yeah, I'd like to visit. And I think once we get our Serbian residence permit, we'll apply for a Schengen visa. And the first place we'll go, I hope, will be Hungary.
Hungary is basically the European Hollywood for adults. Why do most people go there anyway?
A lot of people go there to shoot for major studios. But since we're not exactly those kinds of porn actors, like 10 men, 20 women, and so on, we only do family content.
Working for big studios and going on tours isn't always profitable.
There were times when I canceled a tour because I wasn't happy with the pay, since I'd leave with the same amount I came with. Because I have to pay for my own tests. I pay for the hotel myself. I pay for the tickets myself. Sometimes there are some studios that cover the costs. They pay for visas, tickets, and all that, but not all of them do. And for a shooting day, they'd offer me, let's say, a really small amount, and I just don't see the point. I'd rather stay home. We can shoot our own content and make several times more.
If you could go, for example, to Budapest, would you sign with a studio there?
If it was with Brazzers or similar.
And what would change if, let's say, you signed with Brazzers?
Well, then we're talking about worldwide fame. Yeah, real fame. But apparently for that, ideally, you'd have to be born there.
That's considered the very top. If you're with Brazzers, then you've really made it.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's the peak, the very top of the top.
With this kind of work, it's easy to catch something nasty, and you really can't let that happen.
We also go for checkups just for prevention. We still go. So when?
Just for ourselves, like regular people. Of course, before a collaboration, and then after a collaboration.
You all get together for that. Here we all have certificates.
Exactly. Yes. We share them with each other.
And the thing is, you also have to get checked after a collaboration. Figure out when and how many days later to take which test. You can wait a certain amount of time and then go get tested afterwards.
We try to take this very seriously, because you could end up, as they say, out of commission.
How much does a full test set cost per person?
Well, in Serbia, it's about 120, 130 euros per person. Something like that.
Before shooting a group scene, the actors are required to get tested. One time.
Right before our last collaboration, we went, as usual, to get tested for all the, let's say, embarrassing diseases. The procedure is unpleasant. They take samples from the urethra.
Is that worse than drilling a tooth without anesthesia?
And there, I think they took samples 3 times with these long, nasty rods. They go really deep in there. It hurts a lot, it really hurts. But I went home. I didn't really pay much attention to the pain. Yeah, it seemed like everything was fine. We're filming. We shot the intro. Everything's good. We're getting to the finale. And we decided to finish with a facial scene. I'm holding the camera. Natasha is working, basically shooting the final scene. I'm watching, and it seems like everything's fine. The process is going. But for some reason, it's dark. Everything that lands on the face is usually supposed to be white. But here, it's dark. I'm like this. I move the camera away, and she's just sitting there covered in blood. I freeze. We still need it for some social. Bring the phone. Hurry, the phone. We need to film this right now. You're about to freak out.
You right now. Am I telling you too much? He says no. He brings it to me. I'm like, what?
Did that end up in the public?
No.
We didn't film the ending the next day. We shot it a day later. It's a good thing we res hot the finale.
Apparently, some capillaries burst there. And well, during the erection, yeah.
Telling your parents that you act in adult films is the hardest part.
In my village, everyone already knows about it, so I don't care. Overall, my life hasn't been affected or changed by it at all. And in this series, just look at where I am and where you are. When we first started doing webcam, I told my mom, this is what we're doing. Her question was basically, is it safe? Like, has anyone taken your passport away? And then, when we moved to Krasnodar and came back, my mom said, over there at Krasno and Bilo, the salary is 40,000. Maybe you should just get a regular job after all? But we just kept working, kept doing our thing. My mom started to see that we were traveling, that we were buying things. And I think my mom was like, well, okay, somehow it's working out, somehow things are moving along. And she calmed down.
Friends, classmates, some people would write, hey, I saw you.
Someone even messaged one of my classmates. Someone sent her my leaked webcam stuff. And she got a message like, are you okay? Do you need help? And I think, wow, I have such a good circle of people around me. Everyone is trying to help me. No, thank you, I'm fine. I'm actually doing really well. But yeah, there are certain people out there. It's unclear why they're leaking photos, videos, and streams. People keep sending my sister links to Pornhub. She says, yeah, okay, I know, thanks. You don't have to send them to me. I don't know why they're doing this. If they were blackmailing us or wanted something in return, that would at least make sense. But I really don't know. I guess they just want to mess up our lives. In the small town where we used to live, people there found out about it.
Find out?
Someone saw our video.
Just stumbled across it online?
Yeah. It's a really long story. There was all sorts of, gossip and all that stuff. And when we found out that everyone, literally everyone, there knew about us, it was because we were performers. We were local celebrities. You could say every dog in town knew us. And one of those dogs spread the word about us to everyone. When we found out that everyone knew, we immediately decided to call our parents on video. We told them. They supported us. And
did they already know?
no.
No one told them?
No one had time to tell them. Because as soon as we found out, we immediately messaged them that we needed to talk.
How did you choose your words when talking to your parents?
And Talik just said it straight out, So we work with this or that. That's it. Well, basically, they were surprised, but they reacted calmly and said that we're adults, so what could they do to us? At that moment, I cried tears of joy because I didn't expect them to support us. I thought, well, that's it, it's over.
Have you gone back or been again?
No, I actually haven't been back to my hometown for 6 or 7 years.
Were there maybe any old girlfriends who asked, wow, how do I start? I want to do it too.
I had. There was a friend who asked me about webcam work. but often it's fans who write to me. Most often it's men. That's it, I'm ready. Just tell me where to go. I'm ready, I'll film with you.
Haters write a lot too.
Oh my God, they curse us. They say that porn kills. And I think, come on, you act like we're killing children. I mean, we haven't killed anyone. Well, yeah, I guess it's adultery too. But we're not religious people. Often, people are actually shy to write kind words. And I always say, whoever calls names, that's what they are themselves. People often accuse us of things that, maybe, they actually have in themselves. It means something about it bothers you.
We don't judge. Write whatever bothers you in the comments.
They'll write a lot. I guess it bothers me more when they write about me, or when they try to get at someone close to me, like Talik, for example. That's when it can really get to me. I go to that person's page. All their photos are with their wife and kid. And you have to wonder, what are you doing on my page? How did you even find out about me? That is, the holy man is sitting. Yeah, well, yeah, we've had those kinds of roles too, like cuckold. But that's life. It's just we're two. Sex is our job.
Before Serbia, Talik and Natasha lived in St. Petersburg. They're considering Spain next, but they're here now because they don't need visas. Novi Sad, where they live, is small. They get around on foot.
We will leave here in the future. We're keeping Spain in mind. Spain's on our minds.
Can you shoot adult content there?
Yes. There are a lot of studios there, and a lot of our colleagues too.
Natasha didn't want to move to Serbia, but she got used to it. Here I think it's not just a national tradition, it's practically a sport. They basically live in cafes.
Yeah, it's less stressful. And honestly, we've become a lot calmer here overall. I mean, we can work peacefully because it's allowed here.
The guys love the local food and, let's just say, help me order. Did you guys play a prank on me on purpose? What is this? Karagol diva schnitzel.
Is that something dirty? No, no.
So is there cheese inside?
Yeah, there's cheese inside. If I'm not mistaken, it's kind of similar to chicken Kiev.
How do I even approach this thing? Without getting any compromising footage of myself.
Just grab it confidently and dig in.
My first video on porn. Tell us, what are you eating?
Eating fleishskavica. It's a small, round, flat patty. Very tasty. This is Burmese fleishskavica with cheese. And there was supposed to be something else inside, but for some reason, there isn't.
Natasha, is that also korba or what?
This is a satay list. It's chicken satay. They used to serve huge portions everywhere, but now they've gotten smaller. And prices have gone up. A lot of Russians have come here.
Given your income, do you often have to deny yourself things? Like, let's save it for better times.
How did we deny ourselves things? Because we were planning to leave here. And when we finally decided, this happened recently, we decided, let's stay in Serbia a bit longer, at least until we get some important documents. That's it. And then we decided, okay, if we're staying, we'll move to a bigger place and finally buy ourselves some of the things we've been wanting.
Can I have one pepper saute? A Karagol schnitzel, pepper soup, and a Burmese fleishskavica, served hot.
I've got a question. Talik, how's it going with the language?
We're studying hard. When I first arrived, I went to Serbian language school for about 4 or 5 months. But I realized for myself that real, everyday communication with people is much more effective.
Talik's trainer at the gym is teaching him Serbian. Your trainer is also your Serbian teacher. Does he know what kind of content you make?
Yes.
Yeah?
I told him probably about 2 months into our training sessions. Naturally, he was absolutely thrilled, and we made a joint reel for Instagram showing me working out. And then his friend sent him a link from some website with my video on it.
He found out?
Yes, no, we are training.
It's not for nothing foreigners recognize Talik and Natasha. The guys work to film in English.
I don't see anything.
What did you say?
Oh, that's my favorite one, when I was struggling with English. See, we don't always manage to film something properly in English, because damn, our English is weak, but we try.
What the f*** are you again doing?
I just make selfie.
Make something good.
Daddy, you crazy, no.
The punishment followed because of the bad pronunciation. According to Vova, he and Toma deliberately exaggerate their accent and make mistakes.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you can try my way.
Now Vova has tons of equipment and is a skilled video editor. Before you started shooting adult content, you had no experience, right?
Absolutely zero. I didn't even try to get into it at all. By the way, here's the first camera we bought with a big microphone, and it's still working just fine.
Does it ever happen that you're already filming and you think, damn, I set something up wrong, let's reshoot?
No, usually not. It's fine as it is. There's this trend that, mostly, from the people we've asked, they watch content. Well, adult content. That's mostly shot like home video. What do you mean by home video? It's when there's barely any lighting, shaky hands, you can't really see anything, that whole vibe. So basically, that's what we usually shoot on.
That's for shooting from a first-person perspective.
It's a great option for that, just the quality isn't the best. If you want good quality, you have to mess around with this thing and attach the camera to yourself.
Heavy!
Yeah, it's kind of heavy. This weighs, I don't know, maybe a kilo or so. Here, hold it.
Something that.
Yeah, and on top of that, the camera is in a cage, and the lens is heavy too. It's crazy. You have to hold all this stuff the whole time. And sometimes you need to use your hands for something else, but you can't because your hands are busy.
You hold it one hand.
Yeah, I hold it one-handed like this. With this handle, the camera's here and...
That's hard work. Toma has her own props.
All sorts of paddles, all kinds of decorations like that.
We can put it in shot.
We can, but you can't really show much since these are just wires.
According to Vova, the main hub for intimate videos recently changed its algorithms, and earnings have dropped.
But how much they pay and where the money comes from, they don't share. They don't talk about that information. They also added a tier system, meaning a ranking system, and depending on your rank, there's a top 100 models, numbered from 1 to 100, and I think the ranks go all the way up to 100,000. Right now, we're somewhere around the 2,000 mark. It fluctuates.
But there are wealthy clients who tip generously.
Apparently, what really excites him is the fact that he bought this video. They pay differently. On average, it's about $100 to $200 per video. For us, that's not exactly a small amount of money, but it's not a huge amount either. But the most important thing is that this is a video that's already available.
Yeah, he's basically just giving you that money.
So fucking neighborhood, so noisy.
Yeah, that's true.
Vova and Toma aren't making crazy money, but at least they started turning a profit almost from day one.
Well, you could say right away. But the thing is, it's all very relative, because 1 month we could make a few $1,000s and everything was great. And another month, well, just $100.
Were there times when things were really bad financially?
Yeah, there were. There were times we thought we hit rock bottom. It seemed there was no bottom left, but then it got even worse. In Turkey, we had a piggy bank for our spare change. At some point, we had to dip into that piggy bank because we just needed something to eat. But eventually, sponsors came to us. They offered us a really good contract. Right now, we're putting out 3 videos a week. That comes out to about 12 videos a month.
And each one has their ad in it.
Yeah, all have ads.
You have bookmakers advertising with you. Who else is interested in adult content?
There are certain apps sometimes. For example, recently there was an app that basically undresses you. It's like you take a photo, and then the neural network makes the person naked. We couldn't come to an agreement, and Pornhub actually banned it altogether.
They banned that kind of app.
Yes.
Adult film actresses are constantly being offered other ways to make money too.
People often DM them, doing all sorts of inappropriate stuff. But more often, people write things like, "Can I be in a video with you? Come visit me in India, in Iran." The second most common request is something like, "So, how much would it cost to hire you? Can I spend a night with you? The last time, how much did that guy offer? $5,000 or euros?" Euros. 5,000 euros. I think that's almost like the elite level of sports. For a while, it actually bothered me, like if you work in adult content, it automatically means you're, excuse me, a woman of easy virtue.
Toma has acquaintances who decided to make money that way.
A lot of girls in webcam or who get upset in the porn industry. Yeah, I think overall, probably most porn actresses do this kind of side work in escorting. And I think that probably not everyone ends up well there. At some point, there's a kind of downward spiral. After that, it's hard for you to go back to working, say, making $100 per shift on webcam, when you know you could get 1,000 for a night.
Yeah.
Little filmmaker.
Well, making coffee isn't like acting in porn. What are we?
Yeah, that's the kind of homemakers we are.
It's convenient to shoot videos at home, but sometimes people make content outdoors. So do you take cutlets, pasta with you and go out to film?
Yeah, sometimes if we have time. Sometimes if we don't have time, we might grab something from the bakery or order food. But sometimes we try, to bake something or bring something with us.
Recently, Natasha had a really big Instagram account, completely blocked.
147,000. And once I had a video go viral with 16 million views. I got about 40,000 new followers in a week and a half. Around 40,000 people subscribed. Instagram blocked me. I clicked appeal. They wrote back to me saying, "Oh, sorry, we thought that."
Followers?
Yeah, they thought I was buying followers or something.
So what kind of audience did you get?
Basically, most of these sites, most of our videos are watched by people whose faith really, truly actually forbids them from watching or even thinking about this kind of stuff. In fact, and then they try to lecture us about life.
Finished coffee, no spill.
So how do you do brainstorming sessions? Or how do you come up with storylines?
So we've never really filmed, the kind of stuff that's, as they say now, trending. The stuff that's popular right now, like, for example, everyone getting stuck in washing machines, that kind of thing. It's like half of Pornhub is suddenly stuck in washing machines. I like to draw inspiration from movies. The ideas just come to me, and I weave them into my videos.
Sometimes just 10 minutes before shooting, we're like, what are we filming today? Yeah.
Preparation wise.
Sometimes we'll nurture an idea for a long time, and other times we just throw something together on the fly really quickly.
We had a video in Russian about a psychologist. I just took a dialogue from the movie DMB and tweaked it a little, and people just...
Things not looking good, conscript. Whose situation is good?
Your situation isn't just bad, it's even worse.
Worse.
Do people skip the intro or do some watch it?
We've trained our audience. Our viewers watch our intros. You can see it in the stats, in the frequently watched section, showing people really do watch the intro. After that, the numbers go down.
Now that's what I call truly real perversion.
It often happens that we shoot the ending of some scenes on the second day, because sometimes things go wrong, like a technical issue or a small mistake during filming, and we have to fix them by reshooting or making adjustments to those scenes.
Or sometimes we actually shoot the ending first. For example, if he wants to wrap things up faster, we shoot the ending first, and then we film the main part.
Have you ever cheated? If the ending didn't work out, you'd say, let's use the one from that other video, no one will notice.
No, we haven't haven't done that, though we've thought about it. I do cheat sometimes, like using the audio track from another video. Because, sometimes the drill suddenly starts up, or for instance, the neighbors start coming home from work, or there's a playground right outside the window. Dogs are barking so improvised. This happened recently. We went to Belgrade. It was an interesting apartment with a unique renovation, and it was like a combo. There was major construction going on right outside the window. The neighbors weren't just doing renovations. They were literally tearing down walls. And on top of that, I guess the wiring there was old or something, and my microphone was picking up interference from it. I think I managed to record one video there, but it was crooked and weird, so I packed up.
This is Talik's creative lab. There are guitars, a computer, and subscriber buttons here.
Happiness isn't in buttons.
But as I see it, happiness is actually in something else. Here's a wish for $1 billion.
Well, when that part of the painting was made, the wish was for $1 billion. But then, as we continued to climb higher and higher, the wishes we made along the way just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Now it's 2. This is also where Tolia retreats to make music for his videos.
Some time ago, I had this situation. A jiu-jitsu coach wrote to me and asked, "Can I buy it from you?" But we turned him down because, well, just imagine, you're at some competition, you play it, or you put together some reel using this music. And the music, well, it apparently spreads around. Gradually, it becomes recognizable. Out of 100, there are a couple of people who are definitely like that. First, where have I heard this before? Second, why is my hand reaching somewhere it shouldn't? Well, there you go.
But seriously, your job is like that. Do you ever have times when you have to shoot, but you just don't feel like it?
Yeah, of course, every day. Now we've set the bar even higher. That's 3 videos a week, and that's the minimum. We try to record 3 or 4 videos, so we have some in reserve for the future. Sometimes there's not much time left for our intimate life currently.
So, you want to do something together and you're like, are we really going to do it for free without the camera? Let's just film it, just in case.
That happens a lot. Vova might start coming on to me, and I'm like, no, save it, save that sperm. We'll need it later today. That happens pretty often. When we're filming videos, it's not like I'm just doing it because it's my job. I really try to enjoy it as much as possible.
1,000 euros.
Well, not quite that much, but yeah. What happens between us is completely different from what we film.
When it's a shoot, you're in a totally different mood.
Everything we film, everything we create, everything on camera, it's all staged. And as for us, let's just say, when we give into passion and love, that all stays in the shadows, under the covers.
So if it's all staged, then all the emotions are fake too?
Why? They're real.
It really hurts. It's really hard.
Sometimes, at some point, something, is uncomfortable or hurts. And you're moaning not because you're acting, but because, when are we going to finish this shot and move on to the next one? Cramps, your leg seizes up, or something goes numb. Or I get tired, like if I'm standing on tiptoe on one foot. Well, a couple of times.
Hard work, I get it. If you have a toothache, you end up moaning pretty naturally.
Yeah. Laughter. Me in real life and me on camera during shoots are 2 completely different people. I'm really shy if there's a lot of attention on me.
But what about all the attention on you? Like, hundreds of thousands of people watch your explicit videos. Is that different?
It's different. They're on the other side of the screen, so no one can actually grab me, touch me, or bother me, and so on. Sometimes I act all coquettish and stuff like that. But in real life, I'm just a regular person, a simple person. I'm fun, I swear a lot. I'm actually very touchy-feely, gentle, kind of like that. I'm not promiscuous in real life.
Do you ever tell her, okay, turn off Natasha, turn on Luna? We need to work?
No. Luna is enough for me. Just those 2 filming days a week. As they say, that lustful lady just disappears. Natasha comes back.
My Natasha is back. Yeah. Goes to the gym with Natasha, too.
This is the best fitness club in Nissa. This is a very sporty country. Everyone here does something. Fencing, running, basketball, soccer, wrestling. Basically everyone. I feel like everyone here is an athlete.
Yeah, so there's definitely competition, got it.
Well, objectively, yeah, the women here are gorgeous, but...
And the guys?
What about them? Well,
there's a knife there.
Here it's 50-50. And here, for example, what feels unusual to me is that in most places, the waiters and restaurant managers are men. In almost 99% of cases, it's men. And of course, not all of them, but men here are a bit kinder than women. Well, sometimes you come across nice, kind saleswomen in stores, but sometimes there are ones who, I wouldn't say throw your change at you, but they're just kind of careless about it.
This video isn't exactly about life in Serbia, but I already made a full episode about that recently. I've also covered more sensitive topics on the channel, like drug addiction or what it's like for people in prison. You'll find links to those videos down in the description. Check them out after you finish watching this episode.
The girls here are very beautiful. They know they're beautiful, they're very shapely, and they really love sports. And sometimes when you go out, even though we lived in a tourist city in Turkey, we've never seen such beautiful figures as we do here. Sometimes we just go to the store, and at the checkout there's some really beautiful girl or a really handsome guy.
We're like, man, why are you working here? You could be making so much more money.
You've probably already figured out, Vova and Toma love nature, and this is one of their favorite parks in Belgrade. Those are stars. Are you guys from Pornhub by any chance? The park has a view of the Danube. In the park itself, Serbs gather to have a drink and watch soccer, set up tents, and grill kebabs. There are a few abandoned buildings and a non-functioning observatory on the grounds. From time to time, the guys think about quitting.
And when I was working in webcam modeling, we decided to move away from that, and Tolia decided to open his own laser hair removal salon. I got trained, and I started doing laser hair removal, tattoo removal, and permanent makeup removal. That's it. We invested in the salon, put money into the equipment, the renovations, and everything. After 6 months, we realized it wasn't for us, because it was just eating up all our money and not bringing in any income.
And we managed to shoot 3, I think, videos in that salon before selling it.
Those videos, one of them alone, paid off the salon and you guys.
All the investments, nerves, and it was enough for some ice cream.
Did things turn out as you expected overall?
Well, I guess I kind of wanted. You know, you think, damn, now I'm going to go out there and be like a luxury girl, just blow everything up. But not everything blows up like that.
Luxury life didn't happen.
But I did manage to have enough to live comfortably, you know, to be able to afford bread and butter, as they say.
A lot of people think that the problem with the adult industry and getting into it is just about moral principles. Like, once I get over them, that's it. I'm rich. Yeah, sure, there's some kind of negative background. But is it really easy money?
No.
We realized that only consistent, hard work over time brings us money.
If we don't do anything, we don't get anything.
And moral principles. Sometimes those can actually cost you a lot more than the money you make.
The problems, as I see it, are mostly the same as in any small business. You have to push yourself, work hard, and there's no telling what will come of it. But there's also a moral footprint, and that will stay with you. You can't erase any of it now.
Yeah, maybe it's easier to get a regular job, because that's true for any business, not just adult work. Sometimes it's easier to have a job where things are decided for you.
After 5 years in this business, we've gotten to the point where we just don't care anymore about what people say or what comments they leave. Nothing surprises us anymore. Like someone might say, EW, your balls are ugly, but yours are beautiful. Well, be happy that yours are beautiful.
I once had an existential crisis when I was 29. I was just done. I probably cried for 2 or 3 months. I basically didn't leave my apartment at all. We didn't shoot any videos, didn't do anything. I thought that was it. I hadn't achieved anything at all, and I had no idea what to do next. And at some point, Vova said, well, then let's try doing something else. So, I remember that once in my life I went to Moscow to try to get into photography school. I thought, maybe this is really my thing. Maybe I should be a photographer. Also, I'm a designer by profession. I graduated from college, and I'm thinking, if anything, maybe I should switch to design? Then I realized, damn, I left all that behind, and it feels like I'm not ready to give up what we're doing now. We're trying to start a YouTube channel. We're looking for some kind of niche, and maybe we'll end up being your colleagues too.
Competitors? Don't do that.
No, colleagues. We'll think about some other kind of content, something entertaining for men as well.
The years are flying by. How does that affect your career?
Well, we're only getting better with age. So far, we're just getting better and better. That's what our archives show.
Well, in a MILF.
Here, it still works just like wine. The older it is, the more valuable it becomes.
And stronger.
Stronger.
So, what does the perfect retirement for a porn star look like? Is it becoming a producer, or something else? Or just a little house in the countryside and forgetting everything?
Of course, we have plans that don't involve us being on camera until old age. We want to be on the other side of the camera too. That's it. And we'll see how it all goes. We do have some dreams.
Sometimes. Honestly, it's probably the body that tells you, hey buddy, maybe it's time to take a break, sit down, just lie down for a bit. But no, there's always this desire to do something, to keep going. We've been in this industry for many years now, and every morning still brings us joy. You wake up and boom, let's get going again. Of course, it wasn't always like this. It used to be that every morning felt like facing a firing squad. Like, oh no, here we go again. Off to work.
I'm heading to a regular job, yeah? It was not possible to leave such beautiful people with free hands. So, we found something for them to do. What is this?
It's a little gift.
There's a catch, right? Like everything you guys do here.
No.
My honor won't be compromised if I open it, right?
No. It's so your ears don't get cold.
Aha, it's a Pornhub beanie.
Yeah.
Alright, get ready for my initiation on the new platform. Casting is about to start.
Подойди поближе, мотай, тряси, будем на афише, хватай.